becoming a subscriber to the channel. If you like the way that any of the information is being broken down or presented, hit that like button. Definitely would respect or appreciate hearing any of your opinions on any of these subjects, your feedback, and contributing to the discussion, so on and so forth. You can support the channel with a donation on Cash App, a tribe called Reg, REG, or you can just share the content and help me try to grow the community. Look, I didn't want to come on here long. I did forget about the other boxing last night on Showtime. I didn't get a chance to finish out the Raymart Gaballo victory over Emmanuel Rodriguez, but I thought Rodriguez was getting outworked very early on, and despite not being too familiar with Raymart, he just seemed like he was taking control of the fight. I think I watched the fourth round or something, and then I kind of lost interest in it. But I did want to come back and talk about my main interest in that card, which was Philadelphia's Jaron Ennis. Unfortunately, the fight didn't make it out of the first round because of a head clash or clash of heads that resulted in Chris van Heerden sustaining a serious cut above his right eye. It was just under the hairline. But the start that Jaron Ennis had was just phenomenal, man. I mean, to take a dude, Van Heerden was 33 years old, a veteran, on a 5-fight win streak coming into the fight since being stopped by Errol Spence back in 2015, I believe. But Ennis's movement, man, it's like watching Neo. And that's what I think we're getting so frustrated and impatient as fight fans. Who knows if we'll ever get to see how that translates against any of the current title holders. Errol Spence Jr., very little chance. Manny Pacquiao, zero chance. And Terrence Crawford, highly unlikely. So, but for him to come out here and just be so many steps ahead of the last couple of guys we've seen him fight with, what's my man's name, that he just knocked out in his first appearance in the bubble on show, or the campus, the Showtime campus, I think they were calling it. Juan Carlos, I cannot think of his last name, but you saw him take him out the way that he did, and he actually fought that night. He didn't box. He beat up dude. Now to come in against Van Heerden and just be, like I said, 2 and 3 steps ahead of the guy. He can fight from outside. His punch placement, his pace, the way he sets everything up. He works up and down well. His jab is lethal. His first step to get into position is ridiculous. It's hard. It's hard to find anything to knock the kid for. It's hard to find a box that he doesn't check. Good power, and with the speed. With speed and with the way he can set his punches up, it adds even more impact. To his power alone, the way that he can get into these punches and whatnot. So hard to knock the kid on anything. I think it was going to be a short night for Van Heerden, however you want to look at it, and it just robbed us of an opportunity to see how he might have closed the show out. But I would have been hard pressed. I'd be hard pressed to have seen that fight going beyond the second or third round. And it's a shame that we didn't get to see the Delorme matchup because of Delorme's previous fights against a number of guys, even Bud Crawford at a lower weight. But Jesse Vargas, Jamal James earlier this year. So, like I said, we don't have any way to see this young kid how he'll match up with the current guys, and that's a very frustrating part of boxing is those guys could just move on, or he could just continue to struggle to find a way into the champ, without going the mandatory route. That just might be the end of it. So that was ruled as a no decision based on the injury and when it occurred in the first round. They got to get to the fourth, I think at least to the fourth round for the fight to go to the cards. Especially if it's an accidental clash of heads. So I wanted to come back. Also, I've been trying to get on a weekly and be consistent about talking about the weekend's bite down performer of the week. And damn, just a couple of weeks into this, I'm already in a tough position in deciding who I would name as the bite down performer of the week. And the three people that I'm stuck on are Charles Conwell on Thursday night in the main event of the Ring City USA card against Madiyar Ashkayev, which was a 9th round TKO. And then also on that card, another bite down performer candidate would be heavyweight Stephan Shaw, who won a wide decision over Lou. I'm just gonna call him Lou Pinchuk. Solid performance from him, pretty sharp heavyweight performance from him. And then also the dark horse, or the guy he wasn't even on my radar going into the weekend, would be this Carlos Gongora, super middleweight or middleweight, super middleweight. But he's 18-0. Carlos Gongora was facing Triple G's fighter Ali Akhmedov, who was 16-0. They were fighting for the I think it was a vacant, that IBO belt again. Ironically, Van Heerden and Jaron Ennis were also fighting for a IBO welterweight belt. But Ali Akhmedov, was a guy that Triple G was trying to keep under his wing for his promotional company, Triple G Promotions or whatever. And, Akhmedov was the favorite, just like the guy who fought Eric Walker a couple months ago at Super Welterweight. And he didn't look all that great until later in the fight when the Eastern Euro cat, I can't even think of his damn name, the dude with all the flashy footwork and everything. Can't think of it. Anyway, but Akhmedov started off hot, banged up Gongora there in the second round. It looked kind of like a scary moment or a short night for Gongora. And then this dude just basically sticks around, and round after round continues to just incrementally gain momentum before getting to the 12th round and dropping this cat twice and stopping him. And I mean, knocking him smooth out on the second knockdown. So that's the three candidates. My heart is leaning towards, Conwell, an Ohio kid, and him being in the main event, and just wrapping up a great 2020 campaign for himself. Shaw really needed that. Big Shot Shaw really needed that exposure, and is definitely one to watch in the emerging heavyweights, especially the U.S. heavyweights. But I think the dramatic fashion and the definitive ending for Carlos Gongora, and then making the most out of being on a platform and being televised, I kind of got to lean towards him, man. I thought about just doing a two-way split, between him and Conwell. That's kind of lame. I don't know, man. I think I got to go with Gongora. He's a dude that like I said, I had no idea of who he was. He's from Ecuador. He took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. I just saw a tweet from Ryan Sangalia, who writes for Ring Magazine, I believe. He said the guy took the fight on 3 weeks' notice, came down from 190 to 168. And as a result of this win, that he could be signing with, that he'll be signing with Matchroom. That's what his tweet was just about. And the thing there is that, not only to drop the, 22 pounds in weight, but to make it up here from Ecuador, 3 weeks notice. Again, sometimes in boxing, man, you see the best stuff in boxing when somebody has to do something. He had to take that fight. But to weather the early storm from Akhmedov, to start walking that man, and I didn't, and that's why I didn't really, knowing that now, I didn't really think too much of the dude. Looking at him, he didn't look explosive, not the great boxer body, some of the guys with the excellent frames and whatnot, physiques, none of that. No flash on the ring entrance, and is nothing flash whatsoever about the guy, but just tough as hell and determined, and just made the most of the moment. And actually looked like he came in with 18 wins, with 17 wins, and I believe 16 knockouts. Let me double check that real quick. So he's 31 years old. Like I said, an Ecuadorian, 6'1", came in at 17-0 or 18-0. I'm sorry, with 13 knockouts, and just came back, got the W, knocked out Akhmedov, and changes his life. And at being at super middleweight, hell, we probably wouldn't mind seeing him against the Berlanga kid. That might be somebody, top rank could afford. But if he signs with Matchroom, how does that complicate things? I don't know. But Berlanga is 16-0 or 17-0 now with 17 knockouts. They might not look at this guy. They were trying to do something for Berlanga for the Puerto Rican parade or whatever they have in New York. I know COVID is, messing all of that up right now. And, we don't know if Top Rank will maintain this Vegas residency that they've had. But yeah, man, I think I gotta go for Gungor with the family situation. Ecuador, 31 years old. I think I gotta rock with him. No disrespect on for Conwell and his big moment, and whatnot, and his performance. No disrespect to the performance of Stephan Shaw, but I just think a little bit more on the line for this dude. Carlitos way, Gongora. So that's it, man. That's the bite down performer of the week. Other than that, man, let me get on off here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and enjoy the holiday season and whatnot. Take a break from boxing and watch some football or something. I think the NBA is getting ready to jump off, and so on and so forth. Peace. Oh, bite down boxing. Don't let them count you out. Pay me no mind. Sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.